Hey, I was vibing with that today. I really was. I was vibing with that today. What's good, people? What's good? What's good? See if it's gonna act right. Probably not. Probably not. Let's see. Yeah, I was really vibing today with it playing in the background, especially when that beat drop. What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Still catching after all this time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ravens Daily. In our once a week little roundup of what's happening, in the Ravens world. We're gonna talk about our picks. We don't have a game next week, so we're gonna briefly talk about what I expect to happen out the bye week. We're gonna talk about what we got right, what we got wrong, our stock up, stock down. We're gonna salute our Patreons. We're gonna do our Jane Doe comment of the day, and we're gonna generally just have our little weekly meeting, as we call it, our weekly meeting. What up, all the Noti gang and everybody that have joined us so far? Oh, what up, Malik B, Kiwi Woods, Damon Watkins. Who else we got in here? The Chef, Bazel, Brandon, aka Arkansas 504. What up, Jose? Appreciate you guys for dropping in on us. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So before we get started, and again at 6:15 we have the more Sip the Tally Power Rankings going on. That's why I'm kind of late. I got a late start on putting it together, and so I had a late start on filming it, recording it, and getting it out. Actually, work came first, so I wasn't able to get started like I wanted to, like I normally do, because I had to work, as Rihanna say. And so I was late getting started on it, late getting it out, late getting it done, and therefore I came late to you today. But it's done. It's gonna debut at the end of this show, and we're gonna get it popping. All right, so it is what it is. But let's get into our salute to our Patreons, the guys that make the channel run, the backbone, the blood that's flowing through the channel. I want to salute those guys. And again, I don't want to miss a week without giving them their props because I appreciate everything they do. What up, Yolanda? What up, Runix? I appreciate you guys for dropping in. But the Patreons, Roy Hardy, Chris Swank, Jada Six, Ferris, P. Brown, Bill Seals, Vaughn, Rob L, Wayne Whitley, Jonathan Phillips, Mike Crawford, Big Reg, Lance Reed, DDSQ, Living Legend, Michael Parker, Yolanda B, Will G, Tyrone, Slick Gotham, Sippy Special, Asa Sullen, Matt D, Brandon Buck, Hendo, D Weezy, Josh Hoffman, Lunch Break Hot Take Crew, Chris Artman, Mo, Alex Pulianis, Jason Isom, Jesse Wallace, Brandon Bazel, Joshua, Jared Green, T Sizzle, and Kevin Bonham. Hey, again, if you're not a Patreon, please consider becoming one. You guys, and they didn't get it this week, so I got to get it to them. They get the all 22 that I be breaking down. They kind of have that at their leisure. And when I have the time, I go over there and just talk it all with them. Sometimes when I'm on schedule, the films that you guys see on YouTube, they have them sometimes 12, 8, 10 hours early. So they be to watch them and critique them and left comments before the regular YouTube crowd even get them sometimes. So you sign up for the Gunslinger menu. You get your Sip the Tally Chalice. Bazel, who's the only family member we have. That's why you see him on Sunday mornings before the game watch parties. That's one of the perks. He get to come on the channel and talk about his food reviews, which also big ups his channel. 4 different tiers. If you want to join, please do so. If not, I understand. I appreciate you for supporting anyway. All right. Thank you, Patreons. Next up, we want to get into our Jane Doe comment of the day. And this will be the last one for the month of November. So the next time we come on here, which will be December 3rd, 4th, 5th, somewhere up in there, whatever that date will be, we'll be introducing our winner for the Jane Doe month of November. We'll be having a winner for you then. Let's get into our Jane Doe comment of the day for today, which is November the 28th. I got it right here. If I didn't close it, I did not close it. Here it is. It's from one of our regulars. Tanja. And this is from my summary of the game Sunday night that I put out Monday afternoon. It says and this is about Todd Monken. It said it looks like Monken doesn't have a feel for the. It said before the game nor balance. He threw the ball in the first half and then ran it more in the later part of the game. He also has a good drive, then called some crazy plays. And when OBJ was out of the game, he stopped calling the slants that they couldn't stop. Like Bateman can't catch slants, and he proved that he could, even though he had the one mishap earlier. But he proved he can catch slants. Um, he did in this game. Keaton was unstoppable. Then he had him on the sideline. The offensive line is concerning. If they play like this in the playoffs, we getting bounced. What we know what Lamar can do when he has protection. Stanley and Moses were getting beat like a drum. So let me kind of address all the different points she had. I'm gonna start with like Bateman can't catch slants. We know Bateman can pretty much run the entire route tree and can pretty much catch every ball. I think Bateman's issue was with confidence. I think he has his confidence back. I think it's only growing more and more each game. I think coming out of this bye, we potentially get the old Bateman back. I really do. I think his confidence has been growing more and more each week. And the way he snatched that second slant out of the air that was a little bit like not on point, I think we can get that old Bateman back. I do. I really do. That Bateman that we saw give Xavier Howard the business in Miami and take that slant for about 80 yards or so, whatever it was last year or 2 years ago. Keaton was unstoppable. I don't know if we're just trying to keep them guys fresh because it took us so long to get the bye week or what, but when we need to ride the hot hand. Whoever that hot hand is that game. I understand early in the game getting the guys touches, but when we find a hot hand, stick with that guy and let him roll until something happens. O-line, the funny thing is there are no good O-linemen out there in free agency, so we got to roll with what we got. Hopefully they just play better. That's all. That's the only way we at. Hopefully they just play better. And we do know what Lamar can do when he gets protection. When he gets protection, Lamar's surgical back there behind the offensive line. When he gets protection and can got 3 to 4 to 5 seconds to survey the field, he's surgical back there. But unfortunately, the O-line that we got is the O-line that we gonna have. There are no good O-linemen in free agency right now, so we just hopefully our guys will play better, and hopefully we can scheme some stuff up to protect Lamar. So that's where we at with it. But thank you, Tanja. Your name will go on the wheel next week, and we'll announce a winner for our Jane Doe comment of the day. Now, if you are one of the past winners of the Jane Doe comment of the month, and you have that gift card sitting in your account and you have not used it, there is a discount code going on, and this is the last day. So I think it's about 3 winners that have Jane Doe comment of the month gift cards in their email waiting on them. I suggest that you use them today because there's a 25% discount on the site that you can use that gift card with. Just words of warning. If you have, it's about 3 people out there, and I think it's technically 2 because one person won twice. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Just so you know. Just so you know. So now I'm back. Now, so we got the Jane Doe coming on the day out the way. We got our Patreons out the way. So now at this point, I see the donation from Rich Law. I'm gonna read that in a second. But while I'm reading Rich Law's donation, and I'm gonna check the likes to see if we hit our like goal so far. Put your stock down in the comment section. In the chat box, I'm sorry. Put your stock down in the chat section. I appreciate you, Rich Law. Let me check these like goals to see if we hit that like goal yet. We are 2 off the like goal. We need 2 likes to hit that first like goal of 25 likes. Then I'll give you your points, and then we can go on to our stock down and stock up section of the show. That's what we headed to. And I'll go ahead and get mine on the screen, so I'll be ready when you guys are ready. Ready. Get my stuff together. All right, I'm just about ready. Transitioning over now. Appreciate you, Rich Law. Let's see what Rich Law has to say. He says, longtime Ravens fan here. My concern with the Ravens going forward is Tucker's kicking ability and the offensive line. Now, I have seen people mention Tucker's kicking ability, Rich Law, and I haven't said anything about it. The reason I haven't said anything about it because I'm not concerned with Tucker as of yet. And you're not the only person I've seen say something about Tucker, and I purposely have stayed away from the comment. But since you donated, I will address it here. I'm Yes, he's missed kicks, but Father Time is undefeated. I didn't expect Tucker to hit 65, 70 yarders all of his career. But I still would rock with Tucker over anybody in the NFL right now. I really would. I really would. He doesn't get used like I feel like he should because we're in the conflict of go for it, kick it, go for it, kick it. Anytime we're around 45, 50 yards. And sometimes, we get caught up in scoring points and scoring touchdowns that we should just run Tucker out there. So he don't get used as much as he should. And so sometimes it's almost Tucker's situation is almost like when Lamar would throw the deep balls. He never got an ample amount of time. Not time, an ample amount of opportunity to throw deep balls. So when he would miss, they were over exaggerated. So I feel like Tucker's misses at this point are over exaggerated because he don't kick as many field goals as he used to. We used to run Tucker out there anytime we got in fourth down. We don't do that anymore now because we go for it because we trying to score 30, 35 points a game. In the past, we had that great defense, and any fourth down, Tucker was coming out there because we knew if we gave up 13 points, the other team wasn't scoring 13 points. So that's that. I feel like I still rock with Tucker. I still think he's the best kicker in the league. I don't have a concern with him just of yet. Now the O-line, I agree with you 100%. But I just don't think there's nobody in free agency that can help us on the O-line. I don't think there's any backup with the exception of maybe Ben Cleveland. I don't know. Ben Cleveland may be worse than John Simpson. I don't know. We just got to run with what we got. And hopefully they play better. I hope. But I appreciate the donation, Rich Law. Now, let's get to stock down. My stock down, and let me get him back on the screen. My stock down is, I'll just go ahead and put it up there. I ain't got to exaggerate it this time. And I gave you 25 points for likes already. Before we hit the goal, I gave you 25. This is my stock down right here. Todd Monken and I don't have a specific, I do have a specific reason for Todd Monken. Because I believe in what Monken is trying to do. I do. Even with having him on this list, I still believe in what he's trying to do. But I feel like he is in this mind frame where I have to give, and I could be totally right and it could be totally wrong, that he has to give other defensive coordinators stuff to work on before we've really secured what we've doing or what we good at. I feel like, I don't know if that makes sense. Let me try to explain a little more. I feel like he's trying to give the other team stuff to work on also while we're working on what we're trying to be good at too, if that makes sense. Like we ain't great at this one thing, but we also trying to give the other team stuff to look at, stuff to work on, so they don't just focus on what we not good at or what we trying to be good at. I know that sounds confusing as hell, but I know what I'm trying to say. But I don't know if y'all know what I'm trying to say. So, man, that was confusing. But I know exactly what I mean. And I got the whole O-line up there, including Zeitler. I mentioned in my little recap the other day that Zeitler wasn't in that mix, but after watching some tape, yeah, Zeitler in that mix too. The whole O-line is on stock down right now. Entire O-line. Linderbaum probably the least likely of that, but and Linderbaum and Zeitler the least likely, but they only two. Them five up front got to play better. And Monken has to figure it out to where them five got to play better. On top of, he got to find ways to get Mitchell and Hill in space. He got to use Gus effectively between the tackles and find ways to get our wide receivers in space to make plays. Appreciate it, Laquan. I'm glad somebody understood it. I'm glad. I appreciate it. Because I was scratching my own head, wondering if y'all knew what I was talking about. But now, let's go to stock up. Stock up. I only have one guy on my stock up list. Only one. Only one. And it's clear as day why he's on it. It's clear as day. Clear as day. What he's doing with the defense is absolutely immaculate. Superb. Outstanding. It's because we don't have a Joey Bosa. We don't have not Joey Bosa. We don't have a Nick Bosa. We don't have a Myles Garrett. We don't have a TJ Watt. And that's not to say that's no shade at none of our pass rushers or edge rushers. But he was leading the league in sacks. I'm sure we up there in, I don't know what the number is in defensive scoring. The defense is playing. I kept waiting on these guys to fold Sunday. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I knew at some point because the amount of plays they played in the second half, like they gonna fold and give up gonna give up this lead. I just knew they was gonna fold at some point. They never folded, man. They never folded. Somebody else made a play. Somebody kept making a play at different times. Whether it was Hamilton, whether it was Clowney, whether it was Brandon Stevens, whether it was Geno, whether it was Queen, whether it was Roquan, 4 turnovers. Like somebody different just kept making a play. And I know he's the orchestrator, and Roquan's probably the leader. But what Mike McDonald has them cats doing, the chemistry with them guys, they and like somebody said on the round table yesterday, they seem to be having fun. I think Hendo said it. They having fun out there. They run into the ball. They scrappy. It's like if one fight, they all fighting. They sacrifice for each other. Like the play with Queen. Queen had a clear path to the sack, but he decides to go try to knock Matabike's man off so he can go get another sack. And I mean, when Queen had a direct path to the quarterback, like the Red Sea parted for him. But instead of going to get the QB, he went to the O lineman to knock his guy off so Matabike can get a chance at the sack. They playing unselfish. So for Mike to be the guy to get him to play like this and to be the orchestrator of those acts and blade stunts in the A and B gap and them twists and whatnot, the T&E stunts and all the other stuff they got going on up there, and for them to know it. Like you could have Kyle Hamilton come off one edge, then you sneak around and you focus on Kyle Hamilton, and then they have Marlette coming off another edge. It's crazy. So shout out to you, Mike, for doing your thing, man. You doing your thug thizzle, and you are my stock up for week 12, man. So he killing the game right now. Killing the game. Let's go to my picks and see how well I did or how bad I did. Then we go to week 12 picks. Then we'll kind of get into what I expect from the bye week going forward. Get my picks up real quick. Close my stock up. Got my week 12 up. Let me see. Do I have the results? I think I know them off the top of my head. I think I do. I may have to shoot off top of the dome to see if I know these results or not. I may have to go off the top of the dome, people. Y'all may have to help me and see if I can remember. I get my little pen out. Get this up there. All right, here we go. So week 12 pick sheet. Thursday, which was Thanksgiving, and again, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. That I hope you had a happy, well, blessed, and full Thanksgiving. Detroit and Green Bay. Green Bay won that game. You got to watch out for them Packers too, man. Go check that video out on most of the tally I did on the Packers, young receivers, and the week before on Jordan Love, man. Watch out for them Packers in the coming years, man. They young, they look good, they fast. Watch out for them cats. Dallas beat Washington handily. San Francisco beat Seattle. Got that one right. I don't know why I put this check over there. That check shouldn't be there. Don't let me cheat. Don't let me cheat my numbers. Miami beat the Jets on Black Friday, which was weird. Atlanta won this game versus New Orleans. Pittsburgh did beat Cincinnati, so I got that right. Tennessee beat Carolina. Tampa Bay lost, I think. Yeah, Tampa Bay lost. Um, Giants beat New England. Jacksonville beat Houston. Denver beats Cleveland. The Rams smashed Arizona. Kansas City beat Vegas. Philadelphia beat Buffalo. We beat the Chargers. And the Bears beat Minnesota. I got that one right. So it's a lot of checks on this side, boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, this is a good week. 12 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this should have been a bad week. That should have been a bad week right there. That should have been a bad week. 12 and 4. That should have been a bad week right there. My mouse down? Look like it did. Up, back up, mouse engaged. Back up, keyboard engaged. Stay prepared. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Somebody taught me that. Appreciate your EP. 119 and 62. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Let's get to week 13. Y'all get ready to put your picks in the chat box. Get ready to put your picks in the chat box. Put your picks in the chat box. So first up, remember, this is the last week for bye week. So after this week, no more bye weeks. So we really going to see where, speaking in terms of the Ravens, we're going to see where we fall at as far as, what place we're in. Because obviously we in first place because we got the most wins in the AFC. But then after this week, which is our bye week, we'll probably have the same record as some teams. And so we'll see where we fall in the rankings and whatnot. And so after this is the very last bye week. Everybody else will be on the same amount of games, and your tiebreakers will start to fall in place, like head-to-head and conference win, divisional wins, and all that other meticulous stuff that the NFL has put in place to see who gets the best records and all that crap. All right, but pick sheets. Seattle and Dallas. Seattle is flailing, so I'm going Dallas here. Let me get my marker up. Tennessee and Indianapolis. Indianapolis kind of hot. They won 3 in a row, I think. Going to Indianapolis, Chargers, and New England. New England is poo. And they keep running. Why do they keep running that boy back out there and then benching him every week? Just bench him. Just bench him. You keep running him out there every week, and then you put him on the bench at the third quarter every week. Just bench him. You should have kept Malik and just run Malik out there. That's what you should have did. You kept trying to make that man a receiver. Let him play quarterback. Obviously, your O-line ain't that good. At least he can run around and get away from people. But I digress. Detroit, New Orleans. I'm going to pick Detroit. But don't be surprised if New Orleans pull it out. I'm going to pick Detroit. But don't be surprised if New Orleans don't pull it out. New Orleans just that janky. And Detroit ain't been playing good ball lately. Atlanta and the Jets. I'm going to go to the Jets. Just cuz. Just cuz. I don't know why, but just cuz. Just cuz. That's all I got for you. Arizona and Pittsburgh. Again, Pittsburgh just won't die, man. They just find a way. I'm going Pittsburgh. They just find a way. Carolina, Tampa Bay. With all that went on in Carolina, they ain't focusing on no football right now. I'm going Tampa Bay. Miami at Washington. I'm going to go Miami. Denver at Houston. This is going to be a good one. Denver's won 5 in a row. Houston is not the same Houston that we saw week 1. This is a big game for Houston, especially if they want to stay within arm's length of Jacksonville. I'm going to go Houston because even though Denver has won 5 in a row, they have trouble scoring. Houston don't have a problem scoring. I'm going to go to Rams right here versus Cleveland because I don't know what Cleveland's doing at quarterback. San Francisco and Philadelphia, I will be glued to this one. And I'm going, is it at Philly? Oh, I'm going Philadelphia then. If it was at San Francisco, I was going to go San Francisco, but it's at Philly, I'm going there. And Green Bay at Kansas City. I'm going to go Kansas City because Kansas City is a defensive team right now. And then Monday, I'm going Jacksonville over Cincinnati. I just don't think Cincinnati has proper quarterback to get to get them victories. I don't think they have the proper quarterback play to get them victories. As far as the bye week, what I want for the Ravens out of the bye week is to get healthy. Get healthy, get healthy, get healthy, get healthy, get healthy. And I'm talking about for the players. Get healthy, get healthy, get healthy. As for the coaches, find ways to utilize Gus between the tackles, downhill runs. Nothing where he has anything but outside zone, and anything but outside zone and toss. No tosses for Gus, no outside zones for Gus, no buck sweeps for Gus, nothing where he has to run left to right for a long period of time, for more than 2 steps. Keaton Mitchell, he can run left, right all day. I don't care. Don't care. Not one bit. Not one bit. Inside zone for Keaton Mitchell, outside zone for Keaton Mitchell. Preferably some pistol and some under center stuff where we running outside zone and booting off of it with Mitchell and Justice Hill, because they can get downhill and get one cut and get upfield. Especially if Hill is going to hold on to the ball. Especially if Hill's going to hold on to the ball. That play I put on Twitter, that needs to be a staple. Some kind of either pistol or under center stuff, and we run outside zone, and we can do so much stuff off of it. So much stuff off of it. You can even run inside zone from that formation. But figure out, just adjust. Yeah, change the playbook. Just adjust. Just adjust. And find ways that your defense don't have to play as many snaps. And if that defense plays fresher, they'll be just that much better. Because they play like that Sunday night tired. Just imagine if they played fresh all the time. They'd be just that much more lights out. So, I appreciate you guys for coming through, man, and enjoying this episode 23 of Ravens Daily. Let's head on over to More Sip the Talent, where the More Sip the Talent Power Rankings have probably just started. Let's go over there and check that out. And I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Go over there and hit the sub goal. We're trying to get to 1,000 on that channel, so don't leave. Just go on over to More Sip the Talent and follow us over there, because I'll be over there probably in about 10 to 15 seconds. Appreciate y'all. See y'all soon.